I'll start with the scene that almost always offended everybody, and that was jokes about molestation in a post-Epstein world. A young boy and a pilot.
It does hit a little bit different.
Gladiators.
It does hit a little bit different in 2026. It really does. But it's still fucking funny. It's still really funny.
It's still so good.
You're back.
Welcome to Cinematics Problematics, where we celebrate your guilty pleasures. I'm Chrissy Reddig.
And I am Erin Maxwell.
And today we're talking about the 1980s film Airplane, written and directed by Jim Abrams, David Zucker, and Jerry Zucker. This irreverent parody tells the tale of Ted Stryker, an ex-war pilot paralyzed by PTSD who impulsively boards the flight of airline stewardess Elaine to try and win her love back. But Ted's inability to let go of his wartime failures elicits constant rejections from Elaine until a deadly fish dinner takes down all the pilots and makes Ted reluctantly spring into action. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Along the way, we get a series of hilarious antics from a colorful cast of characters, from two black passengers speaking Jive, an 8-year-old who prefers her coffee black like her men, a glue-sniffing air traffic controller, Kareem Abdul Jabbar, June Cleaver, and a pilot who might just be a pedophile. Problematic? Surely you can't be serious. The film stars Robert Hayes, Julie Haggerty, Leslie Nielsen, Lloyd Bridges, Peter Graves, Robert Stack, and Otto, the inflatable autopilot, and has a runtime of 1 hour and 28 minutes. Erin,
Yes.
when was the first time you saw Airplane?
My God, I must have been 7 years old. I did not see this in the theater, but I think I saw it whenever it was first available, either on video or whenever it was first on cable. I saw it. I laughed. I laughed at everything. I may not have gotten the jokes, but I saw this movie so many times and I continue to watch it so many times until I got every joke, and I still appreciate every joke. It is still one of the best comedies ever made, and I am just throwing that out there.
Hands down. It is timeless. It still just totally holds up. And that's really hard for a comedy to do.
Yeah.
Even like with like a very specific, especially with a very, very specific style of humor, which this film has, it's hard for it to last the test of time, but this film just does it in spades. It's amazing.
It is. I think the secret to this film and why it is so genius and why it's lasted so long is the fact that this movie is not playing comedy as comedy.
Mhm.
It's not like Mel Brooks films where it's playing for slapstick and obvious jokes. Everybody in this film was performing as if they were in a serious disaster film.
Yeah.
And it's just the absurdity of what's going on around them. And no one is reacting to it. It's everybody in this film is a straight man, and the world around them is comedic.
Yes. And I think I'll never forget my dad telling me, because I saw the first time I saw this was definitely on cable. My dad had the movie channel and HBO, and I'm sure it was like on one of those. And I remember watching it and just laughing my ass off, because the thing that this film pulls off that's really great is that so much of the humor is very adult. You know, like a lot of the humor is like for adult ears only, but it's so stupid and there's so many puns and dad jokes and like sight gags that it's like totally perfect for a child in a way. So when I watched it, I was like, I totally got, I think like 90% of the jokes. I think like when as a teenager, I got like a few more of them and I was like, oh, especially like some of like the references like in the cockpit. We'll get to that. But I remember just being like, this is so silly and so stupid, but it's hilarious. Like nothing gets left to be straight. Like everything is a joke. Everything is a gag. And it's relentless. It just does not let up for like the entire time. And sometimes they just throw things in there that don't move the plot along at all, but it's just funny as hell. And so they put it in there anyway, and it just makes the film better. And it's like, I don't know if that many films nowadays could pull that off.
Right. We keep saying they, but by they we mean like Abrams, Zucker, and Zucker.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Zucker brothers and Abrams, and like this is the film that introduced me to them, and then after this it was just falling down a rabbit hole. Then I went to and sought out like Kentucky Fried Movie,
Yes.
too, and you just
Top Secret.
Top Secret, like all of it. It was all just goodness, and
Yes.
that formula worked for so long. Ghost. Uh,
Ghost?
Yes. No, look that
Oh
one.
yeah. Okay. No. Same for you. Okay. I got it. I was just like, it was not a Okay. Never mind.
Same,
Sorry.
same director, same
Same.
writer.
Right. I forgot. I was just like, wait. Why are you drawing a parallel with Ghost? Yeah. I was like, that pottery scene has been mocked and memed like a billion times, but the rest of the
I,
movie is pretty sad.
I'm just throwing you a curveball.
Yeah, you did. Thank
Uh,
you.
the thing is, and the reason we are discussing this film is because this is now being discussed as a lot of people are watching this movie, rediscovering this movie, talking about this film and reacting to this film, and they're calling this film boomer humor, which I am so deeply offended by.
I don't think it's boomer humor. I think
I
that's
don't
stupid.
think
I
it
think
is
that's
at
I think that's
all.
a lazy description. I think that
Yeah.
it's only because of when it came out and because it has like a whole bunch of dad jokes and like silly humor and stuff, and like in that sense, it's a humor that we don't have that much of anymore, right? It's a humor that we don't really see anymore, except for like the most recent Naked Gun, which kind of like resurfaced that type of humor for us again, which we hadn't seen in a very long time.
When I think boomer humor, I think more like Dick Van Dyke Show, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
I
Yeah.
think like older, like 1960s humor, I
Yes.
guess. Just kind of like sound effects and tongue in cheek and like just kind of stupid humor.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't define it, but it just doesn't sound good.
It doesn't. It sounds terrible.
But the comments that I nabbed off of Letterbox and other sites and just watching like reaction videos were kind of along the lines of, my mom said this is the funniest movie and but the jokes did not age well. I get the point, but it's bad movie. It's a terrible film.
What?
And Father's Day is being trapped with your father being made to watch this offensive film.
Oh, Jesus.
So
So Gen X humor is not having a sense of humor, basically. Or
apparently,
Gen Z, I should say.
I think this is alpha. I think this is
Is
alpha.
it alpha? Is it alpha ruining everything? Great. Thanks.
Yeah. Millennials, what are you doing with your kids? You're fucking up your kids.
Seriously, I mean, the boomer humor thing is like so offensive just because I mean the term boomer is like just associated with everything like old fashioned and uncool and
Right.
like not hip anymore. And I'm sorry, but this movie is still fucking hilarious. It's still so funny. And here's the thing that I think makes it get away with like some of like the more, problematic elements of it, which we'll get to, is that like nobody escapes. Like nobody escapes being the butt
Yeah.
of a joke in this film. It is not punching down to anybody. It is just punching across constantly to the person
Yeah,
next to them.
everybody gets a turn to get whacked across the face. And
Like
it's
that woman who's freaking out on the
yeah,
plane.
we all get to stand in line and hit her. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the things we were talking about before the podcast is that I am a fan of terrible disaster films. I think they're super fun to watch. You take action films and then you mix them with Love Boat. And they were huge in the 70s. And you would get these giant star-studded event films where everybody died. And it's like, how many ways can we kill Shelley Winters? And it was amazing. I would watch all of them. And I thought that this movie was based on all of the airport films, and that this was based on the 1970s airport disaster movies, specifically Airport 75 with Karen Black. And then I found out that it was actually based on 1957 Zero Hour, which the Zuckers and Abrams bought for $2,500. Watching it, it is scene for scene a complete remake of that film. Just they took every single scene and turned it on its ear and then made it a masterpiece. Zero Hour is a boring, terrible film. This is a great movie. Zero Hour should thank them.
They should. $2,500 they bought it for?
$2,500. Yes.
Wow.
There is still a lot of similarities to Airport 75, though. Karen Black has to learn how to fly the plane. She's a stewardess because the pilots are all taken out by either illness or they're sucked out of the plane.
Oh, now I have to watch it.
Mid-air collision. One of them goes blind and the other two are sucked out of the plane, I think. It's just a lot of chaos. It's just she has to take over flying the plane, and like Sid Caesar's in there and Jerry Stiller's in there and Gloria Swanson and Eric Estrada. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, putting that on the list immediately.
Yes,
I
great.
have a hard time believing that it's beat for beat, given that there is like an 8-year-old girl saying that she takes her coffee black like her men.
All right,
But
maybe not exactly, but there is a lot there. So, like, the scenes with, like, the reporters taking the pictures off the wall, the scene where the woman wakes up, okay, she's okay, there isn't a horse in her bed, but the scene where she turns over in the bed and, like, answers the phone, that scene's in there. Like, so many of these little scenes are in there.
by the way, I'm still stricken by the fact that that was a real horse. That's nuts. That's nuts. It's like not even a fake horse. They didn't even like Godfather it. It was like a real horse in there.
There's gonna be, like, a letterbox list somewhere that says movies that used a real horse.
I'm sure somebody must have made it by now. I'm sure of it. Back to your point though about like everybody playing it straight. I forgot to make this point, but like my dad, I remember when I saw that movie, he said the reason this movie's so funny, he said you see like Leslie Nielsen, who's like the funniest thing like in the entire movie. He said he's only done like really dramatic stuff up until now. He's like, so the fact that he's even in this film was crazy. He said because he's a serious actor. He's like a very serious actor, but he doesn't change it up at all. But that makes it even funnier.
It was really funny at the time because I think one of the things with age is like we're missing a joke is the fact that Leslie Nielsen at the time was mostly known for playing doctors.
In serious
And
stuff.
so in serious films and
Right.
serious and television. And so I believe that's why they cast him.
Yeah, no, it is a stroke of
Yeah,
brilliance. It's
it is
amazing.
brilliant. Yeah. And it completely reset his career.
There's a good amount of like just amazing stunt casting in this.
So
So,
good. They originally wanted Christopher Lee for that, and
hmm.
he turned it down, and then like later on regretted it. Said it was like one of the bigger regrets of his life is that he didn't take that role.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, it was a hit, but how are you going to know that looking at a script like this? You
No,
weren't
you're
making movies like this that were of this type of humor back then. So I can see like a lot of people being horrified by it, especially like with like the racial jokes and the scene like the coffin and Elaine giving the autopilot. Sorry, we'll get to it. I'm not gonna ruin everything. We should get to the sins though. Let's kick off the sins, shall we?
yes.
Do you want to kick us
All
off
right.
or do you want me to kick us off?
I can kick it off.
Okay.
So we'll start with the bigger sins, and keep in mind we're not really angry at this film. We're not.
No.
No. These are issues that I personally found from YouTubers, reaction videos, general millennials, Gen Z, and alpha folks who were watching the movie for the first time and found issue with.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, and I think that it bears like repeating that. I mean, there's like a lot of things like in this film that in a vacuum are bad things, but the way that they're presented in here, it's meant for shock value. It's meant to be like, oh my God, I can't believe they just said that. And nobody is off the hook here. Like nobody gets off the hook. Everybody is the butt of a joke in this film. It's like punching at everybody and it's amazing and it is
Yeah.
slapstick and that's why they get away with it is because like there's no modicum of seriousness anywhere to be found in this film. So
I'll start with the scene that almost always offended everybody, and that was jokes about molestation in a post-Epstein world. The young boy and a pilot.
it does hit a little bit different.
Gladiators.
It does hit a little bit different in 2026. It really does. It's
It
like,
does.
but it's still fucking funny. It's still really funny.
It's still so good, but like the captain's conversation with the young boy, including comments about gladiators and being naked with a grown man, it just hits a little different.
You ever visit the gymnasium? You ever seen a grown man naked? It's like, and the fact that he won't let the kid leave, it's like he's like harassing Kareem Abdul Jabbar, and he's just like, let's get this kid out. He's like, no, he's not bothering anybody. He's like, get over here, Joey. Just, you ever been in a Turkish prison? It's okay. Yes, bad, but it's played so straight. He's just that it's like it's amazing. It's just so funny. Like you said before, it's not played for like a joke. Like it's not like, ooh, I'm putting on my funny face. I'm not like, mugging for the camera while I'm saying this. It is just he's just staring off into space, just kind of fantasizing to himself. But I think when I was younger, I didn't get the pedophilia thing. I thought it was like really like, I thought, oh, they're making a joke about him being gay. That's what I thought. I didn't like do the pedophilia connection until later because he was like mentioning like, you know, seeing a grown man naked, da, 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 and like all that stuff. And so I was like, oh, he likes men. Okay, great. But but later on it was like it's very groomy, you know? Like
Yeah.
the like it's like, oh, have you ever done this? Have you ever done this? Have you ever experimented? Like, you know, it was very like grooming kind of language. It definitely takes on like a different tenor nowadays, but is nonetheless one of the best scenes and sequences in the film. I'll say it. I don't care.
It's so good. All right. Next one. So I'm trying to decide whether or not I should go with sexual
Objectification?
objectification of women, or whether or not I should go with racism. Racism?
Oh, pick your poison.
Let's go with some racism.
Oh, there's tons of it.
Just mild racism. It's just mild. It's just jokes. Whether or not you have the jive scenes, it leans on stereotypes for laughs.
Can we just focus in on the jive scene for a second? Because I do think it is my favorite scene in the entire film. Like, I wait for this scene whenever I watch this film.
And the reason is because out of everybody that they can pick to be the interpreter of jive, it's Barbara Billingsley.
June Cleaver.
Leave It to Beaver.
And I mean, the gag starts like towards like the beginning of the film, like when you have like the two black men, just like they're two friends like flying together, you know, and they're speaking jive to each other. And you have subtitles underneath it, translating it into like, I guess what you put quote unquote proper English. And the thing that gets me every single time is when he goes, shit, and it says golly. The golly. Oh god, it's so good. And so they lay the groundwork with that, right? Like you can't even understand what these guys are saying. And then one of them gets sick. And the guy's like trying to translate. He's like to the steward. He's like, he said he can't hang. She's like, I don't understand. She's like, excuse me, miss, I speak jive. And then she starts speaking jive back to them. And she says, hang loose blood. Hang loose blood. From June Cleaver. It's just, I'm sorry. I can't even think about this scene without like losing it. I mean, it is okay. Let's just lay it out.
Done. It's perfectly done. It's perfectly executed. It's so funny.
It is. Yeah. And I mean, and the thing is, it's like, it should be really offensive because it's like, it's making fun of like, you know, of the way that black people allegedly talk, or like, it just like flips it on its head. It makes it so extreme that you can't understand what they're saying. And then she goes and interprets it like the whitest woman in television goes, and it's like the translator. I mean, once again, brilliant stunt casting. Like so good.
So good. And then you have the Africa scenes. The scenes where they were missionaries.
Yeah, I mean, but the butt of that joke though is kind of is Ted a bit, because he's like, it's doing a lot in that sequence, right? So it's making fun of the fact that this white guy thinks that he taught Africans basketball, and then it is actually leaning into that stereotype and making them really, really good at basketball. Like just naturally they're spinning the ball on their finger like in the first go. They're like the Harlem Globetrotters. And he says, it must be due to my advanced American teaching techniques. Oh, how can anybody have a problem with this film?
One of my favorite lines in this film is the one where the old lady is taking the cart through the plane, and they're like, oh, would you like anything to read? And she's like, oh, do you have any light reading? It's like, I have this pamphlet on Jewish sports stars.
And it's like a leaflet. It's like a one little piece of paper.
It's a tiny leaflet on Jewish sports stars. I'm like, oh god, it's so good. It's not being funny.
Oh my god, it's so good. Okay, so that was racism number 3. So we've got the jive talking scene, we've got the basketball scene in Africa. Oh, we forgot about the fact that Elaine is trying to sell Tupperware to the tribeswomen about how to preserve their food with Tupperware. That was pretty funny. Do we want to mention the suicide scenes at all.
I put that as a different thing where
Okay.
like this is suicide for laughs because it's an ongoing running joke.
Yeah.
Again, like yeah, sure, it just makes light of suicide. That's fine, but like
But it's like the type of suicide associated with the person doing it that's like
yeah,
might be a little bit, I don't know.
the Harry Carey,
Yeah, the Harry Carey, and then like the man in the turban about to like light himself on fire. Like I was just like, oh god, the methods that they picked. I was like, okay, but still, I mean, the real joke is like they're so bored to death by the story, and it's so long, and they hate listening to it that they are killing themselves.
Yes,
as he's talking to them. So he is actually the butt of that joke because he's just a boring man who's really in love and doesn't know how to shut up about it.
and I'm sure there's a lot more in here that I can't just think because it hits you. There's so many jokes.
There's so
That's the
many.
thing. The jokes in this movie just hit you at a million miles an hour. There's so many, and it's hard to like make a list.
It really, because it's the entire film.
Yeah,
It's the whole thing. So you would be basically transcribing the film, like if you were trying to get all the jokes down.
yeah. It's very, very difficult, and so it's just kind of like, where do you put like the hysterical passenger assault scene? It's like, is that under like hitting women? Is that under like
Well, the hitting women thing is that is definitely a problematic element of the film. And I mean, there's one scene like where it happens repeatedly. And at first it's like a man who's like, get a hold of yourself. And then Leslie Nielsen goes and smacks her a couple of times.
and then they all line up?
And they all line up, including the nun.
Yeah.
But is it ever funny to see a woman get hit? No. In this instant, a little. Because it's just so over the top.
Okay, next one. The use of women as props is for visual gags, focusing on women's bodies, naked breasts during the crash scene, or
what I now call the obligatory 1980s boob shot.
Yes.
I mean, they're everywhere in the 80s. Like they were like, we can show boobs now. Let's just show them all the time.
We just had one in Weird Science.
We had one in Weird Science, yep.
Yeah, where it was that poor girl that was lifted out of the
piano player who got lifted through the chimney. Yeah. Did we need to see her boobs? No, but it was the 80s and that's what they did back then. They were like, we're going to show boobs. We're going to show them all the time.
Yeah.
You are not going to escape an 80s comedy without seeing a pair of perfect female breasts. You're just not going to.
When the plane was falling apart and they were being represented through jiggling boobies.
Yeah, right. I think that like when you have like the two female stewardesses, I mean, especially like Elaine, she doesn't come off as that bright. She is just there to kind of move his story forward, right? Like she's just like the object of his affection. She just keeps on like letting him down. Oh, like not letting him down, but rejecting him. You know, despite like all of his attempts to, you know, woo her back, you know, and like apologize and try and say like, weren't we great together once? And she's just like, you keep living in the past. But there's not like a ton of there with her, like as a character. She's just like a very pretty kind of ditzy character. She's very funny. Julie Haggerty does a great job.
I'm going to disagree. She saved the flight. No. We're not going to besmirch Elaine here. She saved that flight. She gave Otto the blow of his life. And
would they have survived if she had not given the inflatable autopilot a blowjob in the cockpit? Guys, gotta relax. It's stressful up there. Right.
He was deflating.
That's
true. And she saved the life of everybody there.
By giving him a blowjob. Because there was no other way for a woman to save the autopilot, I guess.
He was deflating. What was she going to do? The air wasn't going to go in it naturally.
I'm sorry, but I laughed. I totally forgot during that scene. And I laughed out loud when I saw it, is that the inflatable head starts nodding back and forth, like up and down as she's giving him a blowjob. Oh, God. Oh, that was really funny. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, between Elaine and I think like the other one is Randy. Right? The other stewardess? Her name was Randy?
Yeah.
So between
both. Not married at age 27.
I know. Oh my God. Talk about it.
Was she 27?
That's like the thing that did not age well. That's like the one thing that didn't age well in this film is she's saying that she's 27 and not married. But Randy is like also just kind of like there for, you know, decoration. She's there to kind of like check in on patients and just be really polite and really sweet and everything.
She sings the
And
guitar. She sings to
she's
and
there
almost
to
kills a small child.
she's there to knock an IV out of a child's arm with her guitar. She's got a great voice though. But yeah, the female characters are not like really given like a ton to do here in the intellect department. The person who's like set up to save the day ultimately is Ted, because he has like this huge obstacle to overcome, which is where all the drama is. He has to get the girl and he has to land the plane, and he hasn't flown in forever. And so they're just kind of there for sight gags and for like the occasional chuckle and everything. But for the most part, underwritten. But I think that I don't even know how to give that critique in a movie like this.
Oh, I forgot about Stryker. Stryker.
Yeah.
That's another hitting. The more you think about it, the more jokes come up.
Oh, I know. There's just so many.
What happened to Hare Krishnas? Like, did they just go away?
I don't know, but they used to be a thing. They used to be everywhere.
Like, especially at airports. And it's been a solid minute since I've seen a Hare Krishna.
Yeah, I haven't
at
seen
the airport.
I haven't seen any. I think that they still have that little like community like in Palms, I think. But that was the last time I saw them.
But they're not like out large and in charge and at airports like the way they used to be, right?
No, their influence has dwindled for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're right. I haven't seen them either.
Because they are major players in the Zaz universe, in the Abram Zucker universe, in not only this film, but in Airplane 2 and in Kentucky Fried Movie.
Okay. I haven't seen Kentucky Fried Movie in a minute. Like, it's been a while since I saw that one.
They do a Miller High Life commercial. Like, you've just pestered your 8th, like, your 100th customer. It's Miller time.
But I do remember them being around airports too. Like, I do remember that. Like, that was like a thing, like back in the. I don't remember when it fell off though. I maybe like, I don't know, like maybe like the late 90s or something. I don't know.
It just kind of went away, and I went, "Yay!" And then I just moved on with my life.
Right? No, that was smart.
Registered.
They moved on. You moved on.
Yeah.
So yeah. What else is there?
I mean, we kind of briefly said this, but I'll just say it again because I don't know if we said this specific one out loud, but everybody here follows a very specific gender stereotype.
Okay.
So it's the women, all the women are in women roles, all the men are in men roles. Like, there's no female pilots, there's no women in a position of power. They're all either housewives or they're stewardesses, and that's it. That's their only roles here.
Yeah, I'm not even sure like what the point of like the wife coming into the air traffic control place was. Like, what was the point of that? Because she just like, she didn't really do much when she got there. Like, it was like the first initial gag, like with her waking up and, having like the horse in the bed. And then all of a sudden she's like at the airport, because her husband's in the air. And then Rex Kramer's wife is just there to kind of like just answer the door and like call the dog and stuff. And not much going on there either.
Right. I don't even think a woman wears pants in this movie.
No, I don't think that there were. Oh, you know what? You know who? Oh, actually, I think you might be right. I was thinking about the wife that's like, Jim never has a second cup of coffee at home. I was like, wonder if she was like in a pantsuit, but you might be right that she was like in a skirt.
Yeah. She's like, I think she was like in a tanned suit.
Yes.
With a really ugly top.
Yeah. I mean, and it was perfect. It was great. But I loved, like, that's like such an 80s gag. That's something that nobody who watches it today is ever going to understand.
Correct.
Like it's hilarious to us because we grew up with like that commercial, right? It was like a commercial. She's like, Jim never has a second cup of coffee. It was like, well,
I don't even think I ever saw the commercial. I think I just got it from that reference. I think I understood the reference.
Yeah.
It was referenced so much in pop culture. That I knew the reference, but I didn't know the commercial.
She was great for like the little amount of time that she has on screen. Like, just her look of confusion. She's just like genuinely just like, what is going on here? Why is he ordering another cup of coffee? It's so good. So good.
The very last one I have, because again, I didn't really have that many, and I just had.
There's not that many problems with it. I mean, I think it's a perfect movie, and this is all just kind of like, we're just doing it because other people have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with this film.
I don't actually have any problems with this film. It's just other people do, and they're all wrong.
They're all
Is the
wrong.
casual treatment of war trauma and PTSD as
Okay.
depicted by when Ted's psychological struggles, using that as a source of comedy,
Hmm.
which was great and a good use of Ethel Merman.
Amazing use of Ethel Merman. Yeah. And like the painting of the guy like running with the baby, and he's actually like standing there with his leg behind his head. It's so good. But yeah, and it's like the constant flashbacks to like these old-timey war videos
Yeah.
playing in his head of like fighter jets flying back and forth. You have to decide. Hello? Echo, echo, echo. It's so good. But yeah, I mean, I think that's like one of the, well, I don't know. Maybe war veterans would think it's like a a more severe sin than we think it is. But yeah, I mean, I don't think they ever like pinpointed like what war like he was supposed to have flown in. They never like get into specifics about that. It's just like there was a war and he caused some people to get killed, including George Zip. It's kind of like just the source of his trauma. And he's having like these flashbacks of planes ball being on a plane, which is interesting.
I've always wanted to get a cat and name it George Zip.
You should get a cat. I want to get a dog and name it Rex Kramer. You just call it Rex.
Yeah.
After Rex Kramer is perfect.
So, Chrissy, what do we think of this film?
What do we think? I think it's like one of the most perfect comedies that's ever been made. I cannot, like, I could watch this movie anytime. If I still had cable, which I don't, but if I still had cable and I found it on cable when I used to have cable, if this was on, it stayed on. Because it was just joke after joke after joke after joke, and it just brings me just immense joy to watch this film because it is so irreverent and it just doesn't give any fucks whatsoever. It's just like we're just gonna have fun with everybody. No bets are off. Like everybody is up for ridicule and humiliation, and it's great. It's just so funny, and it's like so many of the jokes are so stupid that they're funny. You know what I mean? Like there's so many that it's like when he hears about this, the shit's gonna hit the fan. The next thing you know, there's shit hitting a fan. Like it's just it's relentless, and it's. I can only imagine what the writer's room must have been like with these three guys in the room, like writing this out. Like what is on the cutting room floor? That's what I want to know. You know.
I mean, I'm going to guess that whatever was left on the cutting room floor went into Airplane 2.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Here's a testament to like how great this movie is. So my mother, she's funny because she's like, I hate comedies. Like she'll say, I don't even like comedies. I take this woman to any comedy and she laughs her ass off. And she's got like the best movie theater laugh ever. Like I'm like laughing at her laugh. But she, to this day, will just be like, I don't like comedies. But this is like the one comedy. This is like the one movie that she will just be like over the moon about. And she's just like, oh my God, that's like one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
I don't
like,
get that. Like, I'm sure your mom's a lovely woman, but anybody that says, I don't like comedies, that's like saying, like, it's like when you meet people that are like, I don't own a TV.
You don't trust those people ever.
Right.
Ever.
But I'm sure your mom loves comedies. And
she does. I think she doesn't like to admit that she likes them. Right. Like it's a weird thing. I don't get it because like whenever like for example, like I took her to go see The Birdcage. I had never seen my mother laugh that hard at anything in my life. Like she was crying, she was laughing so hard. And so she does like them, I think, like if it's like the right kind of comedy, but she's not going to go and seek them out, I think is what she means. It's like she doesn't like say, oh, there's a new comedy, I totally want to watch that. She's like much more like Forensic Files and like The First 48 and stuff like that. If there's murder involved, she will watch it. I get it from her, but I'm much more diverse in my tastes, though.
My mom only watches things if it's like old people solving crimes.
Yeah. Oh my God, they'd be best friends.
Yeah, like old British people solving crimes.
Oh, okay.
She's all about that. Oh, are you like over 90 and you solve crimes in your tiny British town? Have you met my mom? She watches you.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a question about this type of humor today. Because apparently, okay, so you did like a lot of recon and you went into YouTube and Letterboxd and you saw like all these people that were talking about how they were offended like by certain humor in it and everything. Do you think that you could make this film with these same jokes today? With the same jokes? Because we did get Naked Gun. We got a new Naked Gun, which I loved, by the way. I thought it was so charming and so cute, and I laughed a lot. So they have attempted this brand of humor
I don't
recently.
know if there's a person who could make that. I think the filmmaker that has the ability to make this kind of humor, including current versions of Abrams and Zucker, are unable to make this movie.
Okay, let me throw you a curveball. Could Ben Stiller and Justin Theroux team up again, Tropic Thunder style, and do this?
Not this exactly, no. They
Not
can
this
make a very,
exactly.
very, very funny movie. I have no doubt in their ability to make a very funny movie, but it won't be this kind of rapid fire, non-PC, very hilarious in the same style. They won't be able to do it.
You don't think that they would be able to? Because I mean, there are like lots of elements of Tropic Thunder, obviously, which is another one of our favorites, that are very non-PC,
Sure,
right?
no, but it's not, it doesn't take place in an absurdist world.
Sure.
It takes place in a very real world. Tropic Thunder is almost the opposite of this.
Because
Tropic
everybody's playing for
Thunder,
comedy and not like it's not like a
right, because
dry, like they're
every
not playing it serious.
single character is absurd, and they're living in a real world with very real situations.
Hmm.
So the absurdity of their character is playing against the real world, where this is the opposite. This is the absurdity of this world is playing against the straightness of these characters.
Right. Okay. Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. Do you think that there's room for absurdist comedy?
Oh yeah, absolutely there's room for absurdist comedy. That absolutely.
Okay. But you think that like with today's audiences, you would have to have a lighter touch with some of like the stereotypes and some of the things that you did joke about. Like you would have to tread like a lot more lightly about anything like stereotyping like certain races or anything like that. Like
Yeah,
people would not get that joke, even though we could watch Airplane today and get the joke.
correct.
Okay. No, I think
You
you're
can
probably right.
watch it today and get the joke, but if you were to make the movie today, you're not going to have a lot of people that are going to find the bravery to write the joke.
That's true. That is very true. Yes. They might think it, but they will never get away with like putting it on site
And
of
then
them.
on top of that, you're not going to have a lot of people that are going to want to say the joke. And
That's
then
true.
you're going to have a lot of people that are going to stand away to have you watch the joke. So there's a lot of factors there.
Right, right. I'm trying to think if like there's like any sort of like non-PC like equivalent of a film like recently.
Listen,
I
there's a
don't think that there
lot
is.
of talented, great filmmakers doing crazy, absurdist shit out there that's fucking amazing.
Hmm.
Boots Riley, maybe one day we'll get another Tropic Thunder. I doubt
Oh,
it. But maybe that'll happen.
a girl can
Like, they
dream.
are fucking out there and they're making great shit. Just this was very specific to its time.
Yeah. And I think people are confused about comedy nowadays, and that's why you're just not
Yeah.
getting. I mean, and they're scared. It's like they're scared of like offending somebody or making the wrong joke or offending the wrong group of people or whatever. And so like I think that just generally we have just less comedies.
Yeah.
Like we there because there's less that people feel permitted to make fun of because it's like a lot of it seems like you are, punching down. Like if you look at somebody like Dave Chappelle, like it's like it comes under like a lot of fire because he punches down a lot. And like I think that there's like certain like comedians and stuff that can get away with like non-PC stuff, but it's like it's slightly different because like a lot of times those types of jokes take place in like a more intimate setting, like in a comedy club or something like that. Unless you're like a big name, like Anthony Jeselnik, I think I mean, I find him hilarious, but he's bad. I mean, he has some jokes that are
Right.
like, holy shit, dude, I can't believe you just said that. And first, I don't understand how he gets away with it, but somehow he does. Yeah, I think comedy is like, but just become like a lot more complicated, and I think that's part of like the joy of watching a film like this is that you can tell just how much fun they're having with it, and they don't care. Like it is totally not a self-conscious movie at all.
And they don't cross a line. There isn't ever a line that's crossed. It's not,
I
you
think it
can
depends on
look
who you
at,
ask, right? Like, because like Gen Z obviously thinks it crosses many lines. I think
they've
that
never seen Kentucky Fried Movie. Kentucky Fried Movie crosses a fucking ton fucking lines. That's a whole bunch of lines. That's a habitual line crosser.
right, right, yeah. I think there's a lot of fear like nowadays, and this movie was fearless, and I
Yeah.
think that's part of like why I love it so much and why I love going back to this time where they had this type of humor because once again, every single person was up for being made fun of. And like it wasn't like anybody was safe. They took every opportunity to make fun of anybody they could. And it's just great. It's so much fun.
Well, I have good news for you. In
What?
2010, the Library of Congress selected Airplane for its National Film Registry and recognized it as culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. It is never going away. It is always going to be remembered.
It will always be with us.
And so even if we chuck it, which we would never, ever, ever, ever going to do, it'll be cherished by everybody.
Well, all the boomers at least.
Yay.
Like those guys. Boomer humor, stupid. Do you have any other thoughts that you'd like to share? Are there any other jokes that stuck with you that have come to mind that you'd like to celebrate for the audience? Or
not at this exact moment. I do want to say that I need to give a shout out to all of my high school buddies, the large group of Catholic boys that I hung out with that all like made me watch this hundreds of times with them. To the point where we were just screaming quotes at each other from across like parks.
It is immensely quotable. It is like one of the most quotable movies of that era. I was shocked at how many lines I remembered from this film. Like I almost know the entire thing. Like it's so deliciously quotable. And it's like it's a lost art form, really. And that makes me a little bit sad that we don't get more of like this type of stuff, but I understand why we don't. You know, so there's something special about it being from a specific time. So I'll just let it stay where it is, I guess. Till people loosen up. Anyways, shall we check or cherish?
All right.
All right, Aaron, your turn. Are you checking or are you cherishing?
I'm going to cherish this for the rest of my life. I'm going to be buried with this movie, Chrissy.
Me too. Oh my gosh. I believe I own the DVD of this, and I cherish this movie just so hard. And I want to rewatch it again. It's just filled with happiness and just, oh my God. Okay, so you guys can't see this. Me and Aaron are on video remotely, and she has Otto, the inflatable autopilot doll. It is so cute. Oh my gosh. Maybe I have to post this on the website because this is amazing. This is great. Okay. Whole new I mean, I respected you so much before, Aaron, but now there's just like a whole new level of respect. Where did you get that?
I went to the 25th anniversary party.
Oh, nice. Oh, you're so lucky. All right. Well, I cherish this movie to death, and I will continue to do that until the day I die. I think it is completely funny. If you've never seen it before, you are truly missing out on one of the best comedies ever put on film, in my opinion. It is a time capsule. As you heard, it probably would be made today, but we cherish it nonetheless. So that's it. Thank you all for listening. Tune in for the next episode when we record it. All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.